Yo, what's up, my people? Welcome back to another video. Before I start, I want to just say my condolences goes out to the elementary Texas school victims who, went through a tragic situation. My condolences does go out to them and the family. So far, the updated number right now is 21 people who died. It fluctuates between 14, 17, and 21. Right now, the updated number is 21. Now, I don't want to give excuses to reasons why this individual did what he did. I don't want to do that. But before, the reason why I was very, very, very quiet on everything is because I wanted to pretty much dig up some of the past that this individual probably came from. I wanted to dig up the past because the past could tell you a lot about what happened, you know, with an individual, what's going on with a certain, with a certain person, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that mental trauma, pretty much made him go down a bad road, made him, go down a road that I don't think he was actually getting help from. And there's a reason why. There's a tweet that I pretty much found, right? They say Salvador Ramos' mother was a subject of an article in 2015 describing her illegal immigration and ties to human smuggling. And there's the link. Salvador Ramos is briefly mentioned in the article with his sisters. Now, that right there, sparked up a red flag for me. When you're when you're a kid, when you're an individual who, is going to a different land, going to a different country, not knowing where you are, with a different language, and you're encountering bad people. We don't know what he experienced, smuggling himself, coming over here, and also human trafficking. We have no idea what happened. You know what I'm saying? But, also, it kind of paints a more bigger picture because outside of that, there's some interviews that were pretty much, truthful interviews of people that actually knew him. So check this out.
Then he told me that he knew the gunman very well, and he wanted to make something very clear about him. Here he is moments ago.
Salvador Ramos was a boy who was not bullied. He would try to pick on people but fail, and it would aggravate him. I would like to get that out of the way. He was not bullied. He, prior, and I don't see this covered, and I'm going to put this out there, he would hurt animals. He was not a good person. He would go to the parks and try to pick fights.
His classmates at Uvalde High School telling ABC News the suspect was known for fighting and threatening classmates. Nathan Romo, who had witnessed part of the shooting, had once been friends with him.
What did you do to prompt him to say, "I'll kill you"?
Nothing. I used to be his friend, but then I told him that I wasn't gonna start being his friend no more because he was being weird with not only me but a lot of other people.
Several classmates telling us the suspect rarely went to school, and when he did, he sometimes frightened students like Ureli Vasquez.
He had scars on his face, and I remember somebody asking him, what happened, are you okay? Because he showed up to school with them, and he just straight out told them, with a smile, I did it myself because I like how it looks.
So just hearing that, he used to hurt young, little animals, he used to hurt animals and all that other stuff, that kind of, just hearing that kind of brings chills down my spine, is because if you talk to any psychologist, they would say every serial killer starts by hurting defensive animals. Those are the first warning signs of many warning signs. Being by yourself, being a loner, not wanting to communicate with individuals, especially family, having angry outbursts. Those are warning signs, and the big trigger warning signs is hurting defensive animals. Now, I want to give you guys, first of all, the facts of what happened. So he starts off by shooting his grandma in the head. By the way, she's still in critical condition. She's still alive. I haven't seen nothing that she died yet. So far from this recording, he goes to a school, steals the truck, goes to the school, and basically shoots up the place. Police later on kills Salvador, throughout a firefight, which is kind of it kind of tells me it's kind of weird because this is not the first time mass shooters got into a firefight with police, but yet they came out alive. But this individual died, but it is what it is. But this is what raises red flags for me when I first heard it, that he shot his grandma, and my question was, where was the mom? Where was the mom in all this? And apparently this article that I found shed some light on that. Basically, it says Juan Alvarez, a man who's been dating Reyes, the mom, for over a year, previously told NBC News that the shooter was a loner and who moved in with his grandparents 2 months ago following the incident of an argument with them. Apparently, the argument was over Wi-Fi, and the fact that the mom was going to cut the Wi-Fi off, and that was the argument. And for people who might not know, the reason why he even shot his grandma was because of an argument of a excessive phone bill or whatever the case is. So this is again showing reoccurrence of a path of being a serial killer. You know what I mean? Because of amount of big trauma, and also being all these other things are kind of like shaping up. Again, I'm not trying to find excuses. I'm just trying to find a reason, because so far there hasn't been a motive for these killings. So far it hasn't been a motive, but that's pretty much what I want to talk about based on Salvador. And now I want to talk about us Latinos. The majority of the victims were Latino. Salvador is another Latino himself. Again, there has not been a motive that has been out here confirmed yet, but there's one thing that I want to talk about, which I've always said from the beginning. Us Latinos, we are so asleep, it's ridiculous. When I came out with my podcast talking about white supremacy and going against it, I had the majority of Latinos up in here talking about, why are you talking about that type of stuff? It doesn't affect us. It doesn't affect us. Now, let me tell you guys why this does affect us. Look at this guy right here. This dude right here. This guy was propping up Kyle Rittenhouse on Facebook. And let me give you guys a connection to what I'm talking about. The father of one of the victims was literally campaigning Kyle Rittenhouse on Facebook. This is what happens when you put up a white supremacist as a hero. You put up a white supremacist who did a shooting as a hero. Miss me with the fact that he shot white people. Let's be 100% honest. Them white people were in a protest defending Black Lives Matter or whatever the case is. He saw them in the eyes of white supremacy. He saw them as de facto black people. Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it 1,000. Every time white people feel like other white people are getting off code, or they're cooning, their little parts of cooning or whatever, when they're defending black people or they're dating black people or whatever the case is, they end up calling them an N-word lover and all that other stuff. And then they become de facto black people, because now the way they see it is they sold their race out. Now it's totally fine if we harm the black folks and also them as well. So this is what it is. This is what happens when you put up and prop up a hero as Kyle Rittenhouse. This is the effect. This is what happens. And what I go out, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The fact that Kyle Rittenhouse was campaigned and this Latino over here is literally campaigning, he shouldn't be campaigning, because the reason why some of these mass shooters believe that they can do what they can do is because of this. Is because of Kyle Rittenhouse. You do not tell me that it's totally fine him going to a bar, throwing up white supremacist symbols and all that other stuff, telling me that that's totally fine and that's okay. Oh no, he's not a racist for some reason. Let's cut the bull crap. Let's cut the BS. And that's exactly what it is. I'm not saying that the school shooter was this, but this is the thing. Us Latinos do not understand white supremacy and do not understand racism. For some reason, Latinos, for the most part, think that racism is just a black thing and it doesn't affect us, which is BS. It does affect us. It affects us in every which way. That Latino right there putting up, oh yeah, we got, Defender there and all this other stuff. All these riots that happen, everybody, let's be honest, white folks saw that as black people's problem. That's what they saw them as. And the reason why they wanted to stop it, it was basically saying, black folks, why y'all keep complaining? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it 1,000. So that's the reason why. And the fact that we don't understand what racism is a huge issue. It's a huge issue. And I'm not trying to but I'm just giving an example of this individual who is a victim because his daughter just died. From a crazed maniac. The thing is, he also defended another crazed maniac. You know what I'm saying? There's videos of Kyle Rittenhouse talking about, I wish I had my AR so I could, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. You can't have both. And another thing that I'm finding very interesting for you Hispanistas, for Rancho and all them, oh yeah, we gotta bring back Spanish order and all that other stuff. Wow, you guys are really quiet, by the way. You guys are really quiet for this situation because all the conservatives, all the Republicans, all the white folks are online basically making a mockery of Latinos. They're calling us every other type of name out here. And yes, I understand that this is a Latino who did that. Again, my homie does not represent, but this is the first Latino who, in my knowledge, that has ever done something like this. You know what I'm saying? But y'all are very quiet about it. Y'all are very quiet. Last time I checked, this dude didn't think about no 3 roots or some holier than thou type of ideology. No. You know what I'm saying? None of that happened here. I believe that it's trauma and mental illness that played a big part. But anyway, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you guys think. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.